My name is Joe. These are just opinions. I am JoePinionated. Welcome again to the channel. Today we're ranking studio releases, studio albums from Metallica. Ranking 11 studio albums from Metallica. Metallica albums ranked. Number 11, it's easy, Saint Anger. It was a Bob Rock Metallica record. They were going through some stuff at the time. This album to me kind of stinks. I mean, I love that they go in different directions, and I know people that love this album, which is crazy to me. I hate the drum sound. Who doesn't? You gotta be nuts. You know, I was a Metallica fan, so I wanted to like it. I remember kind of liking the song Frantic, but it's all kind of tied in that movie that came out at the same time, which Kind of Monster. It's pretty interesting rock documentary. Number 10, I'm going with Reload from 1997. Load and Reload came out back-to-back years. I'm not sure if they were done at the same sessions. They might have been. So they sound kind of like the same heap. This one has The Memory Remains and Fuel. The Memory Remains is pretty popular. You know, I certainly listened to this album when it came out, but ultimately pretty disappointed at this point in the trajectory for Metallica. Number 9, I'm going to Load from 1996. They had a 5-year hiatus after the Black album, which was massive, and you know, world tours and all that sort of stuff. This is a pretty highly hyped album, Load from Metallica. Hate the cover art. I didn't mind Hero for the Day, but a lot of stinkers on this album for me anyways, and just not what I love out of Metallica. You know, Metallica came in as a thrash metal band, and applaud bands for changing directions. It just, for a little while, they were off course for me. Number 8, I'm going with Rick Rubin's produced Death Magnetic, which often finishes at the bottom of Metallica ranking lists, but it doesn't for me. I came back to like this album a bit more after seeing them play some tracks live, especially Cyanide. Really love that track. And the opening couple tracks for me work as well. That Was Just Your Life and The End of the Line. And I think that the sound, people aren't crazy about what Rick Rubin got, or what Metallica got out of Rick Rubin for this album. And that's understandable because it sounds off. So something doesn't sound right. Some good songs on it. I think better than whatever Bob Rock was trying to do to these guys for the most part. Up next, number 7 comes from 2023, 72 Seasons. Kind of picked up again since Death Magnetic, since around that time. I think they've put out 2 really great albums. 72 Seasons is just full of great, straightforward rock tracks. They all sound Metallica, almost, you know, like more Black album era. Maybe not my favorite era, but still refreshing after we saw a string of albums I wasn't crazy about. So 72 Seasons, that came out in 2023. That Lux Eterna song was great. I remember seeing them do it live on, you know, some late night show or something like that. It was excellent. Number 6, I'm going with Hardwired to Self-Destruct from 2016. The most surprising comeback album for me. And it should be considered as a massive comeback album because it's so good compared to the previous 4 albums. I think it's neck and neck with album number 5 for me as being the 5th best Metallica albums. The top 4 are just, there's no way anything's going to get in there. But neck and neck with album 5 for me is Hardwired to Self-Destruct. Murder One, the Lemmy track, I love a lot. Moth Into the Flame is straightforward, pedal to the metal, thrash metal. It's great. Excellent videos accompanying most of these tracks too. Number 5, I'm going with the Black album from 1991. The first one with Bob Rock. A lot of Bob Rock touches on it, but Metallica was still obviously had a lot of great material at this point. They went in a completely different direction. You know, they sold out. I mean, some fans thought they sold out with Injustice for All, but then they really thought they sold out with the Black album. And Metallica said, yeah, we sold out every building we ever played. Sold out. Enter Sandman, The Unforgiven, Wherever I May Roam, Don't Tread on Me, Nothing Else Matters. Quite a few good songs. I mean, it's not every song great like the next 4, but it's still full of really great tracks. And as much as it pains me that they started softening up like this, I'm okay with that. It's certainly, I'm pretty sure it's their best-selling album of all time. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. Number 4, I'm going with Injustice for All from 1988. So this is the one where Jason Newsted comes into the group and they turn the bass off on him. But I've got pretty much solid 4.5s, 5-star thrash metal songs on this album, progressive metal. Very technical album. 1, Injustice for All, Blackened, Eye of the Beholder, Harvester of Sorrow, Frayed Ends of Sanity, Dyer's Eve. Those are all pretty dang good. To Live Is to Die. It's a unique sounding album again, with all the levels messed up. When I'm listening to Death Magnetic now, I kind of think of this album because it does sound kind of bizarre. I don't understand why they haven't come out with like a new mix of it. Why not? Why not mix in the bass? Let's hear it again. Almost their best lineup. Number 3, It's 4.5 stars, the debut, Kill 'Em All from 1983. Speed metal. This is such a groundbreaking album. Nothing ever sounded like this, quite like this before. And a lot of stuff would sound like this after. So it is a groundbreaking metal album, one of the best, one of the most important. If you're a thrash metal fan, you know, this is maybe your Sgt. Pepper's, you know, it's a very groundbreaking, important album. One of my introductions. This is one of the CDs my brother had when I was first getting into music. Seek and Destroy, played it to death. Whiplash, his version had Am I Evil on it. Hit the Lights, The Four Horsemen. Used to just love this album. Played it all the time. Still sounds great. Love playing on vinyl. Just, you know, watch my speakers look like they're going to explode. Number 2, I'm going with their second album from 1984, Ride to Lightning. 5-star album for me. Fight Fire with Fire is how it opens. Ride to Lightning, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Fade to Black, Creeping Death. I mean, the whole album start to finish. Dark album. My mom made me take it back. You know, we bought it at the store, went out to the car. She opened it up, read the lyrics. No, you got to take that back. So I didn't own this one as a kid. Otherwise, it might be number 1 for me. It was one that came to me later. Still Cliff Burton with Metallica, with James and Lars and Kurt Hammett, the ultimate thrash metal lineup, the best one there's ever been for thrash metal, in my opinion, is that group of 4. Cliff's so important, especially on this album. I love how Cliff shines through on this album. His bass is incredible on For Whom the Bell Tolls and throughout. And just the compositions, just how they're going off in these different, you know, technical, progressive avenues. And number 1 from 1986, Master of Puppets. 8 tracks. 8 tracks, like all 8 tracks. Love the instrumental Orion from Cliff Burton. Disposable Heroes, Leper Messiah, Damage Inc., Welcome Home, The Things That Should Not Be, Master of Puppets, Battery. I like all 8 songs. A fair bit. For me, the number 1 thrash metal album of all time is Master of Puppets from Metallica. 5 stars all day long. Probably my favorite album of 1986 when I do review 1986 on this channel. Dave Mustaine was originally in the group, was replaced by Kurt Hammett on their first album, Kill 'Em All. Cliff Burton on bass, James on vocals, James Hetfield on vocals and lead guitar or rhythm guitar, I guess, guitars, and Lars Ulrich on drums. Lars and James wrote most of the songs for the albums. Cliff Burton tragically passed away in a bus accident. Master of Puppets on tour, I believe, over in Europe, replaced by Jason Newsted and Justice for All up and through the Bob Rock albums. And then Robert Trujillo came in. Actually, did Trujillo come in for Saint Anger? He might have. Right. Trujillo came in for Saint Anger. And that's who they've had ever since. Trujillo. I can never say his last name. So mad love and respect to Metallica. I grew up with you guys. Thanks so much. Loved that live Binge and Purge box set you guys put out years ago. Love to see that pressed to vinyl. Okay. Love to see the live shows from Vancouver that you performed for the Through the Never movie. Love to hear those or put those on wax would be fantastic, or a concert DVD. Sorry, you guys had the cameras there. Anyways, mad respect to Metallica. I'm sorry, I'm a little low on facts and high on opinions. See you on the next one. We out.